got Fred Parker and Antoine Breedlove. Welcome, guys.
Hey. Well, great morning.
How are you?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
What's shaking over there?
A lot of great things.
Yeah?
One of the big things is we have Mr. Breedlove that is new to the team at Jackson Public Schools. And
Yay.
Welcome.
South Central
Thank
Michigan
you.
Virtual.
Yeah, talk a little bit about this new role as a success coach.
Yes, first of all, I'm very excited to be part of the family at SCMV, part of Jackson Public Schools. You know, it's a major transition working in higher education, coming to K-12. I was actually expressing to Mr. Parker, like, I thought the transition would be easy, but it definitely has its challenges, but I'm very much excited. So yeah, so my role is to help, pretty much to help students pretty much find the resources to make sure that they're being successful, track their academic process, and then once I get to track their academic process, I'll also make sure I'm providing them with the proper resources to be successful.
Very
Make
cool.
sure I'm providing them with the soft skills and all that.
Nice.
Well, I know you love helping kids. It's going to be
Yes,
a great fit.
that's where my heart is at.
Fred, tell us a little bit about what makes South Central Michigan Virtual unique.
Well, really, at SCMV, you know, we've been doing this over 10 years before
Yeah.
virtual became
Wow.
popular, right?
Yeah,
and
you were ahead of the curve.
Ahead of the curve, right? And so we learned that hybrid learning is the way to go. And here's the thing, the traditional classroom doesn't work for everybody,
Sure.
right? Sometimes the pace is too slow, too fast, too disruptive. And then in light of COVID-19, the pandemic, people learned there's another way, right, to learn. And so for us at SCMV, we've been doing it well for a little while. And so what makes us unique is we hire certified and highly qualified teachers that are local, right? And so when you come to SCMV, right, you're not just engaging online. We have real people that are vested, that you'll see at the grocery store, that you'll
Right.
see in town. And so we hire them, we have an actual physical location. A learning lab. We're located at the Jackson Crossing, and some expansion happening with us next year, which is exciting. And so on top of that, you know, we have technology that's at no cost. So sometimes that can be a barrier when someone wants to do kind of hybrid learning, having to buy all the technology, the internet access.
Right.
We provide the technology.
That's great.
Wow.
Right, the highest speed Wi-Fi's, we give them Wi-Fi boxes, technology at no cost. So all of those things and the great team that we have makes SCMV just a great choice.
So we're getting ready to, like, summer mode, but you guys are ramping up for what's to come. So if you're a parent or a student out there that's kind of got an eyebrow lifted, like, this is intriguing, what should they do to get engaged and prepared?
Well, you should reach out to South Central Michigan Virtual. Like, we're located at the Jackson Crossing. And if you're thinking about, like, do I want to do virtual hybrid learning, then come talk to us, right? Because what you'll find is we're the best of both worlds, right? Because often when parents think about homeschooling, and we do have a lot of homeschool families that come over to us, it goes well for them, but it comes to a point where some of the more tougher courses, the heavy lift can be a little hard, right? So what we tell our parents, let us do the heavy lifting.
Nice.
Leverage our resources, our infrastructure, our technology, our tech department, all the great staff that we have. And you can still have the balance between educating your child at home and then also working with our staff.
Nice.
Awesome. You had a great group of graduates this year.
Yes.
Of course. Here's some
Yes.
some photos.
One of our student speakers right there.
Very cool.
Yes.
You know, you brought up homeschool, Fred. That's interesting. Do you see a lot of maybe the middle school or end of sixth grade age? Do you see some of those homeschool children kind of move on at that point?
Well, you know, it's interesting because often, so we're K-12, so just to back up a step, so we're the only school in our district that under one building that has kindergarten through 12th grade.
Yeah.
That's
and we
awesome.
also serve our early middle college students on top of that.
Wow.
So to answer your question, what we often find is sometimes they'll start with us, but we find sometimes in our 9 through 12, they'll come to us, right? Because not only are they looking to leverage our staff, but also, again, when you come to SCMV, you have the opportunity to do early middle college on us. Right, and so that's a part of what we offer at the school district and in the county, quite frankly. So yeah, we see it both ways. Them coming early, but then we see a decent amount come to us later on in their educational journey.
Antoine, student support in this day and age, this climate is so important. What type of skills are you bringing from your last role into this new role with some of the younger students?
You know, one of the biggest things, and me and Parker was actually talking about this when I was during the interview process, is the heart. Having the heart to want to actually help students. And that's something that drives me. You know, like I said, I see myself in a lot of these students that are in our community. So I'm able to provide that mentoring, to provide that help for them, to be able to guide them and to help them be successful. Because like I said, I see myself in a lot of these students because I was one of those students that were underrepresented.
Sure.
So I'm able to relate to them in a lot of different ways. So
Absolutely.
I have the heart, have the passion, have the drive
Yeah.
to help the students as well as help the parents out as well.
And you're enrolling right now.
Yes.
We are enrolling right now. You can enroll today. Right?
How do you do that?
You can call us at 517-841-2820.
Awesome.
Right? And we're located online at miscmv.org.
You're expanding programming with a shift toward K through 8th too, which I think is exciting.
Yes, yes. So we've been growing. Every year our enrollment has been growing at an increasing rate,
Nice.
right? And so now we're very excited because we just need more space. We've outgrown our space. And we need an opportunity, really, because our parents have been talking, right? They're enjoying SCMV and our services. So now we're going to expand our programming over at middle school at Parkside. So we're going to take over a couple wings over there, along with middle school at Parkside.
Wow.
And we're going to expand our K through 8 programming over there. So it'll be more space, opportunities for our families to engage more in person.
Nice.
And leveraging some additional staff that we'll be bringing on board to help us.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Very exciting time.
So you've got some big goals for the upcoming school year.
Big goals, busy summer.
What is summer like for you guys?
Well,
Just vacation?
No,
Yeah,
no,
just
no
relax.
vacation.
No
vacation
Not
this
too
week.
much for me. But no, we're ending school Friday, and we start summer school Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right, so we
Okay.
get right back in it, and of course, with this transition, we have a lot of planning, preparation, et cetera. So bringing on some new staff, so we're excited about that.
Okay.
Some onboarding. So busy summer. We'll find opportunities to take a break here and there.
Awesome. Good things happening at JPS.
Great things happen at
Including
JPS.
SCMV. What are you most looking forward to about this new position for you?
You know what? That's a really great question. I think just building the relationships. And, like I said, me being from Jackson and just having the opportunity just to connect with the students, it's an honor. So I think just building those relationships. I was telling Mr. Parker, I love my coworkers that I'm working with. Great team out at CMV. So just continue to keep, building the work.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being with us, and good luck and continued success.
Yes, thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Congratulations.
From South Central Michigan Virtual, Fred Parker and Antoine Breedlove. More of the show. Stay with us.